So you've been all over the internet, all over YouTube, and you're thinking about moving to the Boise, Treasure Valley, Boise area, and you've found Meridian and Kuna and Eagle and Caldwell and Star and Emmett and Mountain Home. And where do you start? Like, what's a good area? Where do you even begin? Well, in this video, I'm going to help you to find the perfect home for you in the Boise area. So stay tuned. What's up and welcome back, everybody. I'm Sean Tomich with the Living in Boise group. And if this is your first time to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button below so that you don't miss a thing. So honestly, I get so many reach outs, text messages, phone calls all the time from people that are interested in moving. I had 4 Zoom meetings this week with people that were extremely interested in moving here. So I love it. So please reach out, call me, email me, text me, nights, days, weekends. I've got your back when it comes to moving to the Boise area. So like I said, it's confusing. If you're searching online, which everyone watching this video is more than likely searching online, and that's why you're watching this video. But if you're searching online and you're searching in the Boise area, or you're looking new homes in Boise, or what is this Nampa area? Where is it? It's confusing. It's daunting. There's so many cities. There's so many areas. I had a conversation with someone just yesterday, and they're like, "Okay, so what's the temperature difference?" I read online that Nampa gets a lot more snow than Boise. And I had to explain that there's not really that much of a temperature difference, that all these cities are connected and they're really not that far apart. So there's people have a lot of questions. And so I'm going to try to answer some of those for you right now. And the biggest way that I can do that, honestly, is by getting the answer to the #1 question that we need answered, or that you need answered and that I need answered, which is, what is your price point? Everybody has a guess, and they're always, I think I'm shopping in the $400,000 range. I think I'm in the $600,000 range, but that's something that we absolutely need to know, because that is going to dictate where you're going to be. Because if you have the idea that you're going to come and get a 3-acre home site with a beautiful large home on it with a pool, and you're going to get that in Boise for $250,000, I apologize, but that's just not going to happen today. Several years ago, absolutely, but not today. So I need to know that, you need to know that, and the way to find that out is the #1 thing that after you and I have a conversation and we get to know each other is that I'm going to refer you to a lender if you don't already have one. You can use any lender you want in this game. It does not matter to me. I will offer a preferred local lender if you would like that. I will tell you that 99.99% of the time when my preferred local lender and I work on a project together, we get to the closing table and we get there on time, if not early. I can tell you in my experience that with slow-in loans and missile mortgage, pretty much most out-of-state lenders, those are the only ones that I've ever actually had problems with and been late to close and or not closed at all. So anyway, I'm going to get you with a lender, or have you meet with, speak with, email with a lender and get that pre-approval, because that's going to tell us everything. And what I mean by that is what I'm going to show you right now is kind of go over the map area with you, and then kind of go over some median price points to show you the differences in price points, because again, that could dictate what area you're looking for. Because if your price point is 500,000, I'm going to know where you can shop, and unfortunately where you wouldn't be able to shop based on that price point. So let me flip over here and see if I can get this to work. Technology, share screen. This map is going to pull us into the listings that are right now currently available on the Intermountain MLS in Idaho. And that's why I kind of wanted to show this real quick, because it's really going to give you an idea of where all these houses are, right? So right now it says, as I'm narrowing these fields down, what it will do is it will narrow down the scope of how many are available. When we first started, it was like 3,400 that were available online, on the MLS and active right now. As we zoom that scope in, and this is what you'll actually be able to do from my website. After we've had that conversation, I'll set up a profile with you for you on my website, and this is something you can do on your own, or I'll help you do so you can take a look at this kind of stuff as well. But so if we zoom in here, you can see where the majority of our listings are. I don't have any parameters on this, so it's just kind of really showing everything that is available right now. So here is Boise. So now what I want to do is I'm going to pull these listings off so we can kind of take a look at the map view. And so let's just go 20 million as our minimum. All right, no results. Okay, so this is Boise. And so this is what everybody's talking about. This is what you're searching online for, and what all the headlines are about is Boise, Boise, Boise. Boise is the #1 place to move to, #1 place to raise a family, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to see those all the time as locals, as natives like myself. We obviously don't like all of that publicity because that makes everybody move here. But it is what it is. You can't stop it. So this is Boise. This is the bench area. So you're going to hear people refer to the Boise bench often. You're going to say, well, I have a home on the Boise bench. And when you ask our locals and our natives, well, where is the bench? What exactly is that? 7 out of 10 of them are not going to be able to actually correctly identify and answer that question for you. So, but it is this bench area, and it's kind of an area that sits up and above and kind of looks down into the Boise Valley, into like the downtown area. If we zoom in a little bit here, because people always ask about the north end of Boise, which is right here. And the north end is going to be relatively higher priced. The values are going to be higher there. This is going to be very comparative to the prices in Eagle. And the reason for that is this is a very historic area. This is where our downtown historic area is. To give you an idea, and I'm going to very much stereotype here. And this isn't in any way saying anything negative about this area or about the way I'm stereotyping this area, but I'm going to stereotype it so you have an idea of a local's perspective of what this area is. This would be an area that I would say that the majority of the people that live in the north end area are people that don't use gas mowers, that drive a Prius, that are very, very earth conscious. That's the type of culture that I'm trying to explain, the type of person that lives more in the north end. And like I said, there's a higher price point. This is all built out. There's hardly ever any type of new construction here, and it's all built very, very old. The 30s, 40s, 50s is what you're going to find in here. Camel's Back Park is right here. All of this area is very, very popular to the local area, and of course to anybody moving in here as well. But beautiful park with tons of trails, a wonderful park with slides and all sorts of things set up for the kids. I used to go there all the time as a kid, and then when you climb up the hill there, which is a camel's hump, there's 2 little humps there, and you get down to the backside. It's just nothing but trails everywhere back there. Again, that's one of the biggest reasons that people gravitate and live in this area. But what I want to do is back up a little bit here, and I'm gonna, like I said, I want to show you some median price points, but I just want to kind of show you that here's where Boise is, etc. But some price points. So I was trying to think about how to narrow this down or list it. So thinking about going from Boise and then moving out. But I thought I'm going to actually do this from most inexpensive to higher valued homes. So the first on this list I have is Mountain Home, which a lot of people don't shop for when they are shopping for homes in the Boise or Treasure Valley area. And the reason is because Mountain Home kind of gets outside the Treasure Valley area and enters into the Magic Valley. And so, but that said, from Boise, you're 40 minutes, 45 minutes to Mountain Home, just on the I-84 freeway. And so our price points there, I am still getting people into homes there at good price points, under 300,000. I just last month, right now it's January 28th, 2022. Last month in December, the end of the last year, I got someone into a very nice home in Mountain Home for $250. And then several other agents on my team have just recently closed and helped clients get into homes in Mountain Home in the $240 and $280 range. So the median home price right now in Mountain Home, and this is where the Mountain Home Air Force Base is. So if you are military or former military or like military area or that military culture, this is absolutely where you want to be. But anyway, back to what I was saying, the median home price in Mountain Home right now is $285,000. This is where it's positioned, where it's at in proportion to Boise. So like I said, about 45 minutes outside of Boise. And then we're going to go next over to Emmett. So next stop on our map is Emmett. Emmett's right here. Let me actually back this out a little bit. So again, I can kind of just show you and not say, hey, it's just right here. So if we're in Boise, you take the 2026, which is, this is State Street, what we would call it as. So this will actually bring you from downtown Boise down to State Street. And then there's a couple different ways to get out to Emmett, but most people will take this right through Star, which is the 16, right through Star, right through Eagle. And it's kind of a nice drive actually out here. Let me see if I can pull up terrain on this. Yeah. So it's kind of a nice drive out here. And right here is Firebird Raceway. I actually used to drag race a 72 Ford Torino right here at the Firebird Raceway. This is a really cool area. In the summer, there are a lot of drag races going on here. They have the Nightfire Nationals where they have the jet cars come out, and I mean, it's pretty cool. Anyway, back to the point, Sean. Sorry, I saw a squirrel. Okay, so we're going down the 16. Do you see this this terrain here, this mountain peak? So you're actually going through some foothills and some little hills and mountains and valleys here. And then you get right here, and then it's just nothing but this big, huge valley that drops down into here to Emmett. And it's actually really gorgeous. This is a very, in my opinion, underrated area. It's the thing about Emmett is there's not a lot of new construction in Emmett. It is a little bit lower valued area, but like I said, I believe it's actually an undervalued area. Right now, if you got a home in Emmett, the median home price in here is $364,000. So our next stop is going to be Caldwell. And so in relation to Boise, and let me get back on my regular view. Sometimes this one's a little easier to see. So from Boise, we're taking the I-84. This is what we call the Flying Y right here. Let me get in a little closer so we can take a look at it. This was put in, gosh, let me see if I can try to remember, 15, 20 years ago. This was a big, huge project that was put in. It's called the Flying Y, obviously, because it looks like a Y. It separates you and takes you going to downtown and or to basically Mountain Home. We're going to take the I-84 all the way out past Meridian. This drive right here from Boise to Meridian is going to take you a whole 5 to 10 minutes if there's not much traffic. Past Roaring Springs and Wahoo's. That's a really cool place. And we're going to go past Nampa and Lake Lowell right here. You're going to, a lot of people, when they're searching Nampa, they always talk about Lake Lowell. So that's right where it's at. We're going to keep going down the I-84 from Boise to Nampa here. That was probably 20 minutes on the freeway, 25. And then from Nampa here to Caldwell, where we're going, is another 10 to 15 minutes on the freeway if there's not a ton of traffic. So Caldwell right here. Let's go back to my terrain. Not a lot of terrain or much as far as that is concerned in Caldwell. So Caldwell is very much more of a rural area. If you're going to talk about all the areas, I would say this is our more rural area, a lot of farmland. Lot of migrant workers working in the area, working on the cornfields. There's a lot of money in Caldwell because all these farmers have money. So you're going to hear a lot of mixed reviews on Caldwell. From the local perspective, you're going to hear people say that's more of the, that's more on the lower end of things. But I don't ever tell anyone to count it out because you need to go there, you need to see it, and you need to see what it is and what you'd be buying or investing in. But your median home price in Caldwell right now, where is it? Right here, Caldwell. Your median home price in Caldwell right now is $405,000. Here's Greenleaf. This is where I went to high school, a little Christian Greenleaf Friends Academy out here past Caldwell. I used to make this drive from Boise every single day to and from, which was about 45 minutes to an hour one way, just to go to high school. So anyway, back on our tour, that was Caldwell. Nampa is next. So we're going to where I live. We're gonna get back on the 84. And like I said, we're gonna head right back to Nampa, which is gonna be a quick 15-minute jaunt. And we're gonna end up right here. Nampa is the #2 city next to Boise in terms of land size in Idaho. And I've been saying it for the last, I don't know, 5-10 years. Nampa is the next hotspot because Nampa was where people could afford to buy homes for the last 10 years. Nampa was where you could afford to get in the 2s and 3s. Whereas Boise would be in the 4s and 5s. So people could still afford to come out here and live in Nampa. So Nampa, the prices have now come up. The prices will continue to come up. What I will also tell you about Nampa though, is that it is very large. There's still a ton of room to build out. Still a ton of room in Boise to build out. We haven't gotten to Boise yet, but so tons of room to build out. If you drive 5, not even 10 minutes out of town, you're in nothing. And I'm not joking. There's just really nothing out there except trails and roads and nothing. There's some cool canyons. Anyway, so here's Nampa. Like I said, this is where I live. I built my home out here 17 years ago. I've almost always worked in Boise. And the reason I put my home in Nampa is because I wanted more home for my money, more land for my money. I didn't want to be right in the middle of everything and right in the middle of the city. I don't like being in the middle of the buzz. I like to be on the outskirts. In fact, my next home I'm going to buy is going to have at least 5 acres. I have a ½ acre now, but I want at least 5 acres just because it's not that I don't like people. I just want some room and I just want to do my own thing. And a lot of people are like that. But anyway, so back to Nampa. Nampa is $420,000 median home price right now. Like I said, that is going to continue to rise. It's continuing to get built up. There's a lot of new construction in Nampa, which will continue to make that price continue to rise. So next stop on our value list is, we did Nampa, is Kuna. Kuna is higher priced than Nampa right now. There's a reason for that. The reason for that is because it's hard to get homes in Kuna because there's not that many. So from Nampa, there's a couple ways to get to Kuna. I personally would not, let me zoom in here. I would not go and get on the freeway to go to Meridian and then go to Kuna because of where it's positioned. Me personally, because I know things, I would take these back roads here from Nampa and just drive straight to Kuna. Kuna is where I built, not built, but bought my first brand new home 24 years ago. Ooh, that's a long time. 24 years ago. I'm not going to tell you how much it was brand new and what it's selling for today, but this is Kuna. It was the largest growing city in Idaho for a long, long time because you could get home, you could buy a home site out here for 15 grand, 18 grand. The really expensive ones were going for 20 grand. And you could have a very nice home sitting out here for 150 to 200,000. That was something that you used to be able to do. The median home price now in Kuna, what's in Kuna, it's just really just neighborhoods, all neighborhoods out here. This Indian Creek that runs through Kuna is pretty cool. It's got some nice trails along it and a green belt, but Kuna median home price right now is $459,000. Much more than I thought it would be. And again, the reason for that is because of supply and demand, and there's just not very much supply in Kuna. When people are wanting to get into Kuna, it's tough because their selection is very limited. Moving on from Kuna, then we are going to go to Boise. That is so surprising that Boise is just right above Kuna. So we're going to head back to Boise, and we're going to just take Kuna Meridian Road, and then we're going to get on the freeway. So Kuna Meridian Road is going to take us 10 minutes to get to the freeway. And then from Meridian to Boise, like I told you, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes at the most. Boise kind of starts like right about here. Let me kind of see if I can zoom in here. Right about here is where Boise starts. And so lots of neighborhoods. Let me pull up the terrain map. And this is kind of why people live in Boise. Boise and it, you know, real estate's location. Location, location, location. That's what sells real estate. That's what real estate's all about. Your house could burn down. You could build a new one. The value's in the land. It's about location. It's about your land. So this is where Boise is located, which is right below the foothills. Beautiful backdrop, especially right now. All of these hills, Table Rock's just covered with snow. Bogus Basin's covered with snow. Everyone is up while I'm shooting this video right now. Everyone's up there snowboarding, skiing, having a blast. So I will be up there this weekend, though. I can tell you that much. So Boise's position right here, it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. That's why people want to move here and live here. And because it's clean, it's a beautiful city, low crime, low homeless. It's just a wonderful place, honestly. That's the reason that I've lived here my entire life. I've traveled all over the country for numerous careers and jobs, and there's just no other place that I'd ever want to live or raise my family but right here in this valley. So this is Boise. It's a very stretched out city, and your median home price, and everyone's moving here right now, and the median home price is $519,000. That was as of the last one that I pulled, which is probably November's. The last I currently saw was somewhere around 530. So, I mean, it fluctuates month to month, obviously with inventory, but that's going to give you an idea of what a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, normal home in a nice area in Boise is going to go for. About $500,000. That's what it's going to go for. Are there homes less than that? Absolutely. I do find homes for people in Boise for in the 4s, and we can find things all the time. So don't freak out if that number scares you. That obviously means that there are homes being sold under that, and there's many homes being sold over that. Meridian is next on our list. So Meridian right now is higher priced than Boise. Same thing, Meridian's kind of built out. There's not a ton of new construction in Meridian because it's basically surrounded by all the other cities. So right here from Boise, let's figure out how to zoom. From Boise, we were kind of downtown here. Last we were looking, we're gonna get back on the freeway, the I-84, hop back over to Meridian, like I said, 10, 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes really. And Meridian is what I would say is the epicenter to where you want to be right now. That has changed location throughout the years. The Boise Town Square used to be the place, and where everything built out from was all centered around Boise Town Square. The malls these days, they don't have the traction they used to. People are gravitating toward a different type of shopping venue, and so they don't have the attraction they have. That shift moved to another area in Boise for a little while, but it's recently moved to Meridian and the Meridian Village. And that's what I tell everybody. When people are coming in, I take them to the village. I show them the village. It's a gorgeous, very nice, very well built, well kept outdoor shopping establishment. that it's just very family friendly. People love it. I love it. I go there all the time. So that's Meridian. Like I said, it's kind of surrounded by all the other cities. There's not a lot of new construction in there in comparison to the other cities in the valley. And right now, your median home price in Meridian is $554,000. Star is next on our list. So Star right now is higher priced than Meridian. If you would have told a local that Star would be a high priced, high sought after area, if you would have told a local that, I don't know, 15 years ago, they would have laughed at you. I'm not going to go into the reasons for that. Star, right here. So from Boise, so Star is centrally located in between Middleton and Eagle. It's really, in my opinion, an extension of Eagle. That's what it's becoming. That's what it's going to continue to become in my eyes. Is it's going to continue to become an extension of Eagle. And you can see that in the pricing because, again, it's Star, Idaho. It's beautiful. If you move there and find a home there, you'll love it. It's hard to find a home there because there's not a lot of them. There is a lot of room to build out over here, though. I will tell you that much. Right now, Star, if you were to get a home there, median home price is $618,000. And then our highest stop on the list is right next door, which is Eagle. It's pretty much been Eagle for a long time. Median home prices right now in Eagle are $870 to $900. That's just to get you into Eagle. And the reason for that is what I said earlier, which is location, location, location. Eagle has the Boise River running directly through it. It's very scenic. It's just a really scenic area. It really is. Eagle Island State Park here. There's tons of trails, tons of trail systems. And that's kind of the other thing that I wanted to talk about is, and that's what I'm going to do on some future videos with you guys here, is the other thing that people talk to me about often when we have these conversations and these Zoom calls is like, okay, Sean, so like, what are the reasons that people are actually moving here? Like, what is this big gravitation? And I will tell you that it's, in my opinion, and it is what it is we're a very big outdoor area. And it's the Idaho outdoors is just an amazing, beautiful thing. It's something that is absolutely on postcards. You can take pictures and in places in our backcountry and send them to your friends and family, and they won't even believe that that place exists. And there's just so much of this stuff to do, and I do a lot of it. And so I'm going to take you throughout some future videos, and we're going to do some adventuring so that I can just quickly show you these cool things and what's out there. I'm going to take you up to Bogus Basin and show you Bogus Basin and take you snowboarding. I'm going to take you up to Bogus Basin in the springtime and show you what it's like to take your mountain bike up on their chairlift and then mountain bike down the trails, which is awesome to do. Stuff like that, and take you camping. We do everybody here that is a local, whenever they have a 3-day weekend and everybody wants to take off and get out of town, they all head up to Cascade, Donnelly, McCall. McCall's our resort area. And that's where we get all of our camping and our laking and our boating and all that fun stuff done. And that's an hour and a half out of town. And I'm going to run you up there. I just got the 2021 Bronco Badlands Sasquatch. And so I'm going to use that to take you up there and show you some cool stuff and show you the reason that I live here and the reason that I take my kids up there and my family up there and just the reason for the gravitation to this area. So that was what I wanted to show you on the map. And kind of point a few things out to you. Like I said, the biggest thing that I need to know when we first start is that price point. That's going to show us where we can shop, because if you come in with a price point of 500, it's going to be hard for us to find that home for you in Eagle or even Star by that means, like we just discovered. So, but that's the first step, and that's what I'm going to do is like I said, we're going to get that price figured out. And then you and I are going to have a lot of conversations. The first thing we do is, as I've mentioned in this video and as I've mentioned in other numerous videos, is once we make contact, the first thing I'm going to want to do, if possible, is to get you on a Zoom call or a FaceTime call so that I can gather all this information from you, and we can talk and have those conversations and talk about what those outdoor things are that you need to have accessible. Or if that's not your thing, then I need to know that too, because I don't need to necessarily put you right next to the foothills if you could care less if they're right there. So that's just some information that I wanted you guys to have to help you with your planning and your researching stage, because I know that you're doing that right now, and I know you have a lot of questions. That's just to kind of help you out. Once you get to that point where those questions are answered and now you have some more questions, please reach out, call me, email me, text me, days, nights, weekends. I've got your back when it comes to moving to Boise. Until next time.